Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special and exciting Oceania Cruises webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Manager here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenters. The webinar will run about 35 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenters, Tina White and Christina Kenoy. Tina joined Oceania Cruises at the company's inception in 2003. In her current role as Director of Partner Engagement, she's known for her proven sales strategies, ability to build upon her partner relationships, and drive increased sales. Tina is responsible for overseeing Oceania Cruises partner loyalty programs, continuing education platforms, and the management and execution of consumer and travel partner events. And joining Tina is partner engagement specialist Christina, who is new to the partner engagement team, but has been with Oceania Cruises for 5 years. She has a background in training and development and oversees Oceania Cruises University and works closely with agency, training, and loyalty programs. She has a strong passion for the cruise and travel industry. And with that, take it away, ladies.
Anna, thank you so much. And Christina, welcome to your first CLIA webinar.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here today, sharing the Oceania Cruises line alongside the wonderful Tina White.
Thanks, Christina. And thank you for all of you. We love partnering with CLIA and furthering your education and bringing everything Oceania to you. And I must say that we're looking forward to a really exciting future, and particularly in 2023, because we are going to be celebrating our 20-year anniversary. It's hard to imagine because I was there on day one. Next year means the launch of a brand new ship for us, many enhancements to our beautiful fleet. So there's so much to talk about today. So I'm going to kick us off, and then we're going to bring in Christina to talk about some of our pillars of distinction. And we'll be talking about the amazing value proposition we offer, as well as turnkey marketing tools that really help making Oceania Cruises a breeze for all of you. So, our tagline is your world, your way. And you ask, okay, well, what does that mean? And to us, that means that we give your clients the most flexibility on board. It means that your world, your way means you can dine when and where and with whom you want. It means that it's country club casual every night. We're never going to say tonight's a formal night and tomorrow night's a casual night. It even means when your clients are choosing the amenities that we offer, they're going to choose exactly what they want. They're not, they have lots of choices. So when you're looking at an upscale cruise experience, we truly want you to consider the Oceania Cruises proposition. And what is that? Since our inception, we have focused on 3 core pillars. And I truly think it's what sets us apart from premium cruise lines. We created the niche in upper premium cruising back in 2003. And we didn't try to be something to everybody. We focused on these 3 core pillars that you see here. The first one is small ship luxury, which just like it sounds, it's that highly personalized service, that country club casual atmosphere I just mentioned, and on smaller ships. So it's not about the crowds. We've always been known for the finest cuisine at sea that truly rival the finest restaurants you'd find anywhere in the world. We'll talk a lot more about that momentarily. And it's also how you curate that travel experience for your clients. So when they come into port, think about it with a smaller ship. We're able to access a lot of ports that you could never consider on the bigger ships. And we have always been known as destination specialists. So we're going to delve into each of these pillars a little bit later to show you how we bring that experience to your clients. So first of all, I want to thank you for those of you who have been in the industry since we started. You've trusted us with your clients for 19 years. And we so appreciate that partnership because we would not be here today without your support. We started with our very first ship regatta back in 2003, and these vessels are absolutely wonderful. The regatta class ships that is made up of our 656 guest regatta, Insignia, Nautica, and Serena. Then back in 2011 and 12, We introduced our O-class fleet, which is the Marina and Riviera, carrying just 1,238 guests. And then I mentioned earlier, we are going to be christening Vista, which is the first of our Allura class ships this coming May, so very exciting. And in fact, in February, we will be announcing the name of our second Allura class ship. So there's a lot of growth on our horizon. And I can promise you, no matter which vessel you choose for your clients, they're going to experience the same level of service, the same level of cuisine, the innovative itineraries that we are so known for. So our ships today are better than new because we have a philosophy of always investing in our product. In fact, excuse me, there we go. So we have invested throughout the fleet. And you can see here some of the beautiful color tones from the furnishings, the fabrics, the lighting fixtures. Every single ship, so the R-class fleet, for instance, has been re-inspired from stem to stern. So every stateroom, every suite has been completely reimagined, all of the public spaces. The Riviera, as we speak right now, is in dry dock. And so she's going to be coming out in a matter of days with all new staterooms and penthouses and refreshed public spaces. And her sister ship, Marina, just had all of her staterooms and public areas refreshed in 2021. So I shared just a really brief story, but it's funny, so many advisors who've come aboard and visited our ships on ship inspections and said, oh my gosh, this ship doesn't need to go into dry dock. And our philosophy is you never should wait until a ship looks like it needs it. We want the ships to look clean and sparkling every day. And we strive to do that. And I think we do that very, very well. We've listened to what your clients and our guests have asked for over the years. And one of those things is the growing trend for solo travel. And so Oceania did not have solo staterooms previously. So sometimes we reduce single supplement rates and have a nice offer there. But in the last couple of years, we actually introduced 14 solo staterooms on the R-class fleet. We actually took a category and we completely recategorized it into what we call the S category. And you're seeing a view of that on the left-hand side of the slide right here. And then in addition, as we build the new Allura class ships, we have dedicated solo staterooms for your guests. I'll tell you, they are super popular, so you want to book them early. We will continue to offer those reduced single supplements I mentioned from time to time, but here we have fully dedicated solo staterooms to your travelers. So I don't know how many of you have heard of the CUISINE principle, but this is something that is truly built into our DNA at Oceania Cruises. And the CUISINE principle is a quest for constant and gradual improvement. And that truly is what is embodied in Oceania Next. That is how we innovate every day that we go to work. And so on the onboard product, what that means, and a lot of this was implemented during the pandemic, is we have expanded the menus. So for example, we have this private dining room area called Privé that holds just up to 10 guests. And this is something you could purchase for your clients for $250. Think about that as a gift instead of wine for every stateroom. They have a completely private dining room, and they can order from the dining room menus of 5 different restaurants on board. They get their own sommelier, their own private service, truly a memorable experience. Our new wine tasting programs, we've got these amazing sommeliers on board, and they might host anything from, California cabs or, highlighting the French wines or maybe things down under, French forever. So we've expanded that quite tremendously. We have also expanded our in-room dining, which has always been complimentary, 24 hours a day. But now we have a full array of items for breakfast, eggs cooked to order. Maybe you want to order French toast or avocado toast. For lunch, we have many specialties. Even for dinner, petite filet of beef, poke bowls, Thai coconut red curries. So we will always continue to innovate. Another example, I don't know if any of you have had the chance to sail with us, but one of my favorite things on board is our chef market dinners in the Terrace Cafe. And this is where, if we're in a port, like maybe we're in Greece, the chefs will go off and they'll collect from the local fishmongers fresh fish, and they'll go out al fresco, and they'll grill and they'll serve Greek specialties and Greek wines, and our guests absolutely love it. We also, this month, right now, are introducing a whole new mixology list of cocktail offerings. And then lastly, this will certainly continue, but we are known for our specialty tours, which Christina will tell you a little bit more about momentarily. But we have 2 new series of programs that we just launched. The first is Go Green, which is truly talking about how different communities work to sustain their local environment. And then Beyond Blueprints are for your architecture buffs, really a behind the scenes look at some of the most iconic architectural landmarks out there. So we will continue with Oceania next, but now I want to turn the program over to Christina, and she's going to talk much more about those 3 pillars of distinction that we started off with. Take it away, Christina.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Tina. So yes, as Tina mentioned earlier, the 3 pillars of distinction, we're going to talk a bit further about that. I'd like to start here with a simple question. What is the Oceania Cruises small ship luxury difference? We hear it fairly often. And to dive a little deeper into that, first, we're able to provide a high level of personalized service. And secondly, the country club casual ambiance means that guests don't necessarily need to bring their gowns and tuxedos. They can leave those at home. The atmosphere on board is relaxed and comfortable, never stuffy, and the guests truly enjoy that. Thirdly, we're able to provide a variety of activities without all those crowds. Even the process of embarking and disembarking is so seamless. So they're able to enjoy more time in port without having to worry about those very long lines, as we know can be tedious. And fourth, our guests often mention how important it is for them to travel with like-minded travelers. By not appealing to every single segment of the market and offering that small ship feel, that intimate feel, they're able to find a lot more in common with fellow guests, and they can enjoy the intimate ambiance that lends itself to newfound friendships on board. Now, we'd also like to speak about here personalized service specifically. So it's not just the sheer numbers. As an example, we have a staff of 800 for 1,200 guests on board Vista, but it's more so the service from the heart. Our team members consider service an honor and a true pleasure, and they enjoy our guests incredibly while they're on board. So once the guest sails with us, they become a part of the Oceania Cruises family. And what brings them back to Oceania Cruises time and time again would be the warmth and the smiles of our genuine staff. Now, I'm very excited here to share, and after speaking about this fleet, we're so excited to christen Vista this spring. So Vista will feel familiar and yet at the same time provides a modern, fresh perspective of many of our signature spaces, plus the addition of exciting new venues, which we're so happy to talk about here. Vista brings a sense of space to all of the public rooms, from the pool deck, where you can enjoy the choice of solitude on a modern beach club cabana, absolutely beautiful, stunning here, or go for a refreshing swim, perhaps. The Grand Lounge features intimate seating that invites guests to enjoy a nightcap. Another guest favorite, as you know, is martinis, where you can enjoy cocktails in an intimate space with their favorite piano tunes in the background. And Horizons provides a 180-degree view to the world. It's the perfect spot for when sailing out of port to enjoy dinner, enjoying lively musical performances and dancing, especially the place to be at 4 p.m. to enjoy our traditional high tea service. You'll see that listed here on the right here. Now, Vista is our first ship featuring all veranda accommodations and offers the most spacious staterooms, from 2,500 square feet owner suites to veranda and concierge staterooms, which measure at just under 300 square feet, which, as you know, is equal to or larger than so-called mini suites on most premium class ships. And as Tina pointed out earlier, Vista also offers a new category of concierge level staterooms designed specifically for your solo travelers. Each suite or stateroom is appointed with beautiful residential style furnishings and tranquil color palettes, featuring our exclusive tranquility beds with 1,000 thread count linens, Bulgaria amenities, as you've seen in the bathrooms, and plus much, much more. Now, I'd love to turn our attention to our second pillar of distinction, exquisitely crafted cuisine. Hopefully you've had lunch So our commitment to culinary excellence is evident from the moment guests step on board any of our ships. If your clients enjoy fine food, which I'm sure they do, they'll love dining with Oceania Cruises. After all, we are the cruise line for foodies, created by foodies. So serving the finest cuisine at sea has been our passion and hallmark of our brand since the inception. And we owe that, it certainly began with this gentleman here, our executive culinary director and master chef, Jacques Pepin. Jacques has inspired our culinary team and our culinary passions to create the finest cuisine at sea to rival Michelin-starred restaurants ashore. Now, we're often asked as a brand, what is your secret sauce? What is that recipe for success? And it really comes down to our focus on these three key elements. So first would be sourcing the world's finest, most amazing ingredients. Second, hiring the most talented culinary team in the industry. And third, investing in the best equipment typically found in Michelin-starred restaurants. And when you consider the size of our ships and the number of restaurant experiences we offer, it's truly quite remarkable. As in the fact that we do not charge your guests for dine-in specialty restaurants. And our hallmark venues guests fondly remember and truly love will be found aboard Vista as well. The Grand Dining Room, as you can see here, Polo Grill, Toscana, Red Ginger, and Waves Grill. Now, to give you an example of the variety we'll offer, Vista is going to feature 10 dining venues, which is unprecedented for a ship of 1,200 guests. Several new venues will debut on Vista, such as, very exciting, Ember, which pays homage to distinctly American classics. Aquamar Kitchen, a fresh perspective on dining and the pursuit specifically of wellness. The Bakery at Barista, where you'll find the perfect pastries to enjoy along with our complimentary coffees. And the Culinary Center, which is our well-regarded cooking school at sea. And you'll feature that it now has a featured dining room where guests can enjoy their culinary creations after hands-on cooking classes led by our dedicated chef instructors.
So Christina, I hope you don't mind if I jump in because I just love what we do with the Culinary Center and our cooking schools. First of all, they were the first hands-on cooking schools at sea. And we did some programs a few months back and we had advisors joining us and they were coming to us and saying, well, you know, other people are starting to do this now, but you need to tell your travel advisors this. And so I'm going to share this with you. They said, you know, on the ships we were sailing on, the chef instructors on these other ships worked in the dining room or in the regular galley during the day, and then they kind of shifted their duties to cook a class in the Culinary Center. And that is so unlike our program because our chefs, most of them have graduated from the prestigious CIA, not the one in DC, but the one in Hyde Park, New York. So they are amazing teaching chefs. They are dedicated to doing this full time. And then when they're not teaching in these classes, they're taking culinary discovery tours ashore with our guests. They're taking them into the markets and they're creating these tours all over the globe. So I'm sorry to interrupt, Christina, but I just had to share a little bit more about this amazing program we offer.
No, please. I'm glad you did. Yes, they are certainly well versed in cuisine. Thank you, Tina. And in addition to that, just want to kind of circle back there for an exclusive evening. Our guests will be always remember. There's also Privé, our private dining venue for up to 10 guests. It's truly exquisite with floor to ceiling views from the sea. Now, I'd like to delve a little deeper into our third pillar as well. So our third pillar of distinction is how we curate travel experiences for your guests. We sail to over 450 ports around the globe with cruises ranging from 7 days to 180 days in length. And with a growing trend for longer cruise vacations, we've designed more grand voyages than ever before. But what does a destination specialist mean to you? For us, it means we give our clients more time in port with more overnight stays. We blend marquee and boutique ports of call to provide variety for even the most experienced cruisers and offer over 3,000 experiences ashore. The size of our ships allows us to get into more ports and visit places that just aren't possible with larger ships.
And it looks like the screen just flipped over to presenter mode. If we could just set that back really quick, that would be great.
So I had a power surge. I hope I did not lose my audience. Did I?
No, we
No,
can
we're
still
here,
hear you.
Tina.
Okay, so give me a second, audience, just to make sure I can get the right settings again. Wouldn't you know it, there's not even a thunderstorm here.
That's okay. I think we're back here. And if you need
Okay,
Tina, I can always take over. Oh, I think we're okay here.
okay, let me just go back. Okay, take it away, Christina.
Perfect. Thank you, Tina. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, perfect. So from here, kind of just gives you a general idea of where we sail. So our beautiful fleet explores the globe and follows the seasons. Guests can sail with us in the spring, summer, and fall in Europe, cruising the Mediterranean in Northern Europe, or perhaps they'd like to explore closer to home. We're in North America, cruising Alaska, Bermuda, and Canada, New England during the summer and the fall. And if they prefer a winter getaway, you'll find us cruising the Caribbean, beautiful South America, Asia and Africa, the South Pacific, and Australia and New Zealand. Now, I truly wish we had more time to showcase all of our cruises, but we'll just highlight this particular one for now, which is the Grand Voyage. It's actually the Ultimate Odyssey. So I want to share this particular unique adventure with you. Now, our quest for innovation applies to our itinerary planning, as you can see here, in the first of its kind Grand Voyage. It's called the Ultimate Odyssey, and this particular voyage explores 3 continents and 2 of our small luxurious ships, Regatta and Marina, linked by an amazing immersive mid-cruise overland program. So first, the voyage explores the circumnavigation of Australia aboard Regatta, and then guests will have a choice of a 6-day mid-cruise overland program in either Australia's Blue Mountains or the Lake District of Patagonia. Then the voyage includes a flight from Australia to South America, where they will board the Marina to explore fascinating Chile and Antarctica.
Sorry, team, we're having a little bit of technical issues on my side. Here we go.
Not a problem. It's always nice to see those beautiful photos and maps in the meantime. So here, we'll talk a little bit about being a destination specialist. And that means we offer guests everything from escorted city tours to private cars and drivers to small groups accommodating just 10 to 16 guests, perhaps. And we offer a variety of specialty tours to further enrich and engage guests in that particular destination. So I'd like to showcase a few here now. We'll start with our Go Local tours. As you can see here, beautiful images of different areas. And here we can kind of set the scene and imagine spending a day with shepherds in Basque Country, learning the generation's old way of making cheese, perhaps, or discover the joy of tasting the famous folded pizzas of Napoli or Naples, or observe skilled truffle hunters and their dogs in the forest of Civitavecchia outside of Rome. Very unique. Imagine experiencing the world through the eyes of those who live in the community and discover the best of a favorite destination. Moving on to our Go Green tours, and I know Tina kind of touched on these a little earlier, just getting a little more involved here. Go Green tours invite guests to learn how communities are working to conserve and sustain their surrounding environments. Now imagine visiting a sustainable vineyard in perhaps Alma Maria, Spain, or learning about hydroponic farming in St. Kitts, or discovering the world of eco-conscious art in Buenos Aires, Argentina, all of which are options for your guests in Go Green tours. And one of my personal favorites, I'm sure most of us here, culinary discovery tours give you the opportunity to learn about a culture through the lens of local cuisine, so you can learn to cook Greek foods while in Greece. Led by our talented chef instructors, the small group size allows for a more personalized experience where you'll explore local markets, shop for the ingredients, partake in tastings, for example, local olive oils, and return to the ship to prepare local dishes such as paella from Spain or even tagine from Morocco. Now, we'd like to tell you a little bit about why it's so important for late evening departures and overnight stays, why they're so important for your guests. Imagine sleeping in one morning and ordering room service from our expanded room service menu. Maybe the perfect avocado toast, or splurge on eggs as you like them. As I mentioned, hopefully you have had lunch. Or enjoy our amazing brunch menu in the grand dining room before a relaxing massage at Aquamar Spa. Your guests can do all of that and still have time to explore ashore. For those that want more time in port, they'll have more opportunities to take in several shore experiences as well. Now that we've covered our pillars, our three pillars, I'd love to turn it over to Tina for some more information.
Christina, thank you. We've talked about what sets us apart, that small ship experience, the cuisine, the destination specialist, and that how we share the destination. So I'm going to switch gears for a few minutes, and I'm going to talk about our value. I'm also going to talk about who is the typical Oceania Cruises customer, because I know you all have them already. And then we're going to talk about some marketing tips and marketing tools that we can share with you, and how you can really partner with us to grow your Oceania Cruises business. So I want to start by just saying value comes in a lot of different forms, and it's not only the price tag. It's the value of your client's time. It's their vacation memories. How did they spend those 12 hours in that port of call? What did they come back experiencing? Was it of a good value to them? We're never going to be the least expensive product, but we think we provide the most value out there. So when we say value without compromise, one thing I can say is your clients are never going to feel nickeled and dimed once they get on board the cruise, because we bundle in so much more than most cruise lines. Again, do you remember I said we're upper premium? So we bridge that gap between the premium cruise lines and the luxury lines. We're not 100% inclusive, but we like to think that we are providing the amenities your clients want. So to give you an example, what is always included? Everything from all of your specialty dining. They're never going to have to pay for a specialty restaurant. Those bottled waters, the sodas, the coffees, 24-hour room service. They want to take a fitness class. They're not going to have to pay for that fitness class. Even complimentary shuttles in over 100 ports around the world, so they don't have to worry about getting from where the ship is docked to where that medieval city center is, for example. So much more embedded into their vacation. But then on top of that, Oceania Cruises offers an amenity program called O Life Choice. And we like to say that it's inclusive by choice. And I'll give an example. I'm sure you've seen, let's say you've sold a luxury cruise vacation, and your clients come to you and say, oh, I love this brand, I love this itinerary, but you know what, that's a lot of money, and we don't even drink alcohol. So we feel like with O Life Choice, you're giving your clients the choice of amenities, and this is how we're able to keep our pricing about 40% lower than the luxury lines. So O Life Choice simply is 2-for-1 cruise fares. We include free air from over 26 gateways across North America, and we include airport transfers with that free air. And then we let them choose, do they prefer free shore excursions, a free alcoholic beverage package, or a shipboard credit? And then of course, it includes all those amenities that I have already outlined. Now it gets better, because I'm sure each of you belongs to a consortium. Can't recall the last time I spoke to a travel agency that did not belong to some type of agency consortium. So we partner with our consortiums, and we work with all of the major consortiums, and we give them select sailings where they have prepaid gratuities. And this program is called OCAP. I want you to remember that name. It's Oceania Cruises Amenity Partnership Program. So right now, you can look all the way out to our published sailings until or through 2025 and see where you have dates that you can offer your clients free prepaid gratuities. And that's a pretty good value. Just as an example, a 12-day cruise in a veranda accommodation, those gratuities would be worth $384 per stateroom. And you can layer that with O Life Choice and those everyday inclusive amenities. So when you start to do the math, you can really see the value proposition for your client. Now, we don't want to stop there, because we want the value proposition to be great for you as well. Certainly selling up to an upper premium brand, you're going to earn more commission, but we also have an awards program for you. And I think this is like the best kept secret out there. A lot of my travel partners aren't aware of this. So I want to make sure you go away today knowing you have this opportunity. So let's take an example. Let's say you're looking at your amenity partnership dates through your consortium, and you see an Alaska departure, and you know your agency's really interested in selling Alaska, and you've even had a couple clients come in and want to sail on an Alaskan cruise. take those clients and funnel them onto the same departure date. You don't have to take out a group contract. You don't have to put up money to hold a group contract. If you sell 15 staterooms, you will earn the agency award value that you see on the right-hand side. So if you sold a 10-day Alaska cruise, at the time that we pay out commission, we are going to write an agency check for $2,250. We do all the tracking, we do all the work, and we write out that commission check. So don't forget about this. If you want more details, I highly encourage you to call our sales center or reach out to your sales representatives. We have an amazing sales force, and they can tell you how to maximize this amenity partnership program. So we talked a little bit about value, and now I want to talk about our brand position, because another way that we've succeeded and kind of gotten through all the clutter of all the different cruise lines and brands out there is not trying to be somebody to everybody. You know, we set out back in 2003 to create this upper premium niche that didn't exist before then, because we knew there were a lot of customers cruising the premium brands, amazing cruises. It could be, you know, it could be someone like Princess or Celebrity or Holland America. But, you know, as the kids went off to college and now this couple wanted something a little more personal, maybe a higher level of service, they want a smaller ship, they want more unique itineraries. Oceania is a perfect stepping stone because our pricing is $300 to $450 a day. You know, it was a big step to go from premium all the way up to luxury. We'll talk more about how we source from both markets, but our market is what you see on the right here. They're baby boomers. They're 55 and above. Average household income is $150,000, but it's not just numbers. It's a lot about the psychographics. And so they are past cruisers. For us, they tend to love longer voyages. So you'll see most of our cruises are longer than 7 days, with everything in between. They're very active. They are not our grandparents' generation. They are out there kayaking and hiking and doing all kinds of amazing interactive experiences with us on board and ashore. They're well educated. And, you know, this market is what I like to say, it's like an annuity, because once you take the time to sell the Oceania proposition and you get them on board the ship, they come back, they become loyal clients. And so we'll talk more about that repeat client and how you can sort of leverage that. But it is a great market to invest your time. It takes a little longer, I'd say, than selling, you know, a commodity or an entry-level cruise line. But once you do it, it is an annuity and it pays off. So I said we're upper premium. So where do we pull and how do we pull those clients? You know, that premium customer I already mentioned, they're looking for that smaller ship experience, more personalization. They love the open seating dining. A lot of times they're coming to us because they don't want the crowds, like Christina was saying. They want to come into Portofino and, you know, get on that tender and not have lines to contend with. That luxury customer, and I will say our food will rival any cruise line out there. We win awards every year for the best cuisine at sea, bar none. So if I had a luxury customer and I was in your shoes, which I once was, I would probably recommend penthouse and above, because you're guaranteeing them that larger suite accommodation. You're giving them that 24-hour butler service, that space they're accustomed to on a luxury brand. They're going to look at our price point and realize the tremendous value we offer. And they oftentimes come to us the first time because they see an itinerary with us that they just don't see anywhere else. So again, I want you to be thinking in the back of your mind, you know, here's my customers, you know, be thinking about a couple of clients that you might want to suggest Oceania Cruises to. So we want to partner. We're not a transactional company. We really believe in long-term partnerships. Many of our salespeople have been here for many, many, many years and been in the industry for decades. And we want you to leverage their expertise. You know, we are going to grow by 47% this coming year. And that's a larger growth for Oceania than we've experienced in the last 10. So we can't do it alone. We need your partnership. And so we hope to give you all the tools that you need to succeed. So I talked about getting that customer on Oceania the first time. So I want you to leverage this sales tip, because the best time to sell somebody on their next cruise vacation is when they're really excited about their upcoming or current vacation. So we offer a pre-cruise and onboard savings program, and this is how it works. So you can tell your clients they can book up to 30 days before they sail, and they can enjoy savings of up to $1,500 per stateroom. We're also going to reduce the deposit to as low as $250 per person. And we're also going to extend a $300 shipboard credit that they can either use on that upcoming cruise, or maybe they book a cruise 2 years out from now, they can apply it to that cruise. Better yet, they can invite family and friends to join them. And then let's say they didn't book it 30 days out, now they're on the cruise and they meet with our onboard cruise ambassador. They can book the same program and you're going to get automatic credit no matter if they book 30 days before or they rebook on board. So it truly is a win-win. I cannot tell you, I think particularly since the pandemic, we have had clients come aboard and book not just one, but 2 and 3 vacations, different destinations, all on board that one cruise. I think people got tired of staying at home and they're making up for those years when they couldn't travel. So be sure that your agency is leveraging this program and you're telling your guests before they cruise. Every Oceania guest should know about this program before they get on board. You know, we've done incredibly well, and we thank you for filling our ships. You know, it certainly is not a lack of interest since the pandemic, but there will always be sailings where we need extra help. And so we like to focus, you know, your efforts and let you know where that is, because so often people go, oh, I'm trying to sell Oceania, but you're sold out. We can always help direct you where we have space. And right now, I'd say where our focus is in Q1 is certainly the Caribbean. We have several ships cruising in the Caribbean, and these are not your typical Caribbean cruises. These are, you know, your small boutique ports in the Caribbean. We have a ship in South America, Marina, doing everything from the Amazon to Chile, South America, even across the Drake Passage to Antarctica. And we are really excited to take the Riviera, just coming out of dry dock. This will be the very first time that Riviera will be positioned in Asia with some amazing itineraries. Sailing a little further out, if we look later into 2003 or even 2004, we have positioned more of our ships in Northern Europe. So doing everything from the Baltics, you know, Scandinavia up into the Arctic Circle, more Greenland, more Iceland. So lots of opportunity in these particular areas. So I want to give you some ideas, but I would say every agency is different. Every business plan is different. So we encourage you to sit with our sales team and draw up a marketing plan. You know, your agency might specialize in affinity groups. We'll be happy to teach you all about our affinity group programs and how easy it is to do business with us with groups. Maybe your agency wants to focus more on direct mail. We have amazing direct mail opportunities. We produce these gorgeous turnkey pieces, and we even have an imprint program where we can imprint your agency logo and call to action. So I would speak to your sales professionals for more details. Perhaps you want to do consumer events. Our sales teams go out and do this week in and week out. We can do it virtually or we can do it in person with you. We already talked about our amenity partnership program. We can also give you the tools to understand when to book, like the optimal booking window. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but with Oceania, we raise prices or have the option to raise prices every quarter. And more often than not, we are raising rates on 20, 30, 40% of our sailings each time we come to a quarter in. So our next price increase will be after the new year. And so we can teach you how to leverage that with marketing programs that work before those price increases go into effect. One of the other things that we can work very closely with you is to sit down and look ahead. You know, let's look at the next 3, 6, 9 months and decide how we're going to work together. Our sales team has a marketing budget. They have co-op funds for you. And we can always tell you what we have coming up. So already we're sitting down and we're saying, you know, come December 31st, we have a past guest savings program. Or you know what, we have a 20th anniversary sale kicking off in January. That's going to run like for a month and a half. So even though we're not promoting it today, let's get you lined up, and we'll get you flyers, and we'll get you banners, and we'll get you social media content. So come mid-January when we kick off, you're going to be all ready to run with that sale offer. So again, we are your partners, and we're here to make you and help you succeed. We have a great platform on Travel Advisor Center, and one of the tools here is a marketing portal, and this is where you'll find all of these turnkey pieces. If you want pre-made customizable flyers, it could be for an individual or a group program. We have HTML content for customized emails, again, ads and social media posts. So I highly encourage you to go look at the site, see what tools are there, and this is complimentary to you. So we've talked about a lot. I know we're going to open in a few moments to questions and answers, but I hope that you had a few ideas as Christina and I were talking today. You know, it doesn't mean anything unless you take action. So even if it's one or two things that you've written down that you want to act upon, please make sure you follow up. Number one, connect with your salesperson. If you don't know who it is, you can navigate to our website and we will lead you to them. You can connect to our amazing, for instance, Oceania Weekly is our weekly e-newsletter, and that's where you'll know everything. You'll have the insider scoop about everything Oceania. Connect to our insider Facebook page. I know we covered a lot in just about, 35 minutes today, but you can learn more by attending Oceania Cruises University. You can graduate from those courses and receive certification and earn a $250 bonus commission for each level of certification. So again, I want to thank Christina for joining me, and I am now, we're going to turn it back over to Anna and see what questions you have for either Christina or myself. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And we do have a few questions, and I invite everybody to keep them coming. We have a few people asking about wheelchairs and scooters on board. So if you could speak to any accessibility accommodations on board, that would be great.
Great. And I know, Christina, I think this is a perfect question for you if you want to answer that.
Certainly, of course. So that's a wonderful question. Particularly within the booking process, we'll have you contact the call center. The call center will, of course, take those accommodations, or they will essentially type that into the berthing manifest so that the ship is aware of those requirements. And then we also have a, I don't think there's a link. I'm not sure if there's a link that we can place in here, Anna, but we use a company called Scoot Around on board. So if they needed to purchase or rent wheelchairs, electric scooters to use on board, they're more than welcome to do so through Scoot Around. Again, your call center representatives, crew specialists would be happy to assist you with taking that down and providing you that information. And then alongside with that, if you're looking for mobility assistance upon embarkation and disembarkation, fairly similar, I'm sure most of you have seen in the past when you're at the airport and there's some of the key team members kind of assisting guests that need mobility assistance. We offer that same type of service at the port. So again, it's simply a matter of contacting the call center, speaking to one of those crew specialists. They will certainly notate that for you and provide all the information there. But it's certainly something that is a key factor, and we're happy to help you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Our next question is from Melody, who is wondering if you can repeat the Oceania University website.
Absolutely. So you could navigate to our Travel Advisor Center, which is oceaniacruises.com. And if she's never been there before, you'll have to register, just, with your agency, CLIA or IATA, address, etc., some basic information. Once you have registered at the travel agent site, you'll see at the top, Learn, and you'll click on Learn, and you'll see a navigation for Oceania Cruises University. And then it'll describe the courses, it'll give you a whole orientation, and then you can take them at your leisure. So you can take it for 10 minutes and stop, come back to it, and we're always adding new curriculum. So thanks for your interest. I hope you'll gain a lot more knowledge from Oceania Cruises University.
Great, thank you. And I did just put that just generic oceaniacruises.com link in the chat for everybody. Our next question is from Elizabeth, who first of all says that the new ship looks amazing. We have a lot of really positive feedback about that. But Elizabeth
Thanks.
is wondering, yeah, Elizabeth is wondering if you can tell us the best way to present O-Life Choice to clients who might find the choices a little bit confusing.
Sure. So, and I know we did an outline in super detail. But I would have a conversation with my clients and sort of find out what their interests are. I mean, certainly I can tell you what's the most popular. And Christina can add in case she sees something a little different in the call center. But what I find in talking to our travel advisors, the shipboard credit certainly gives a lot of flexibility because if they're not quite sure how they want to spend it, that allows them to spend it pretty much on anything on board the ship, right? It could be in the spa, it can be for liquor, anything. If they love alcohol, they might really appreciate that alcoholic beverage package, which includes beers and wines for lunch and dinner. And correct me, Christina, in the public rooms as well, correct? Or is that lunch and dinner?
For lunch and dinner meals only, yes.
That's right.
We
And
do
then
have the
there's
upgraded option
the
for
program that they can even upgrade to everything and anything, anytime. I would say the beverage package is the one that is least requested out of the three. For somebody who likes to plan ahead with their sightseeing and they want to know what they're doing in those ports of call, the shore excursions is a really nice option for that person. So it's to me, it's not like one size fits all. And that's the way it was sort of created, to appeal to what interests your clients the most. But I would say for more tips, please feel free to reach out to our sales team and they can give you all of their knowledge about how to position O-Life Choice.
Perfect. That is great advice. And it looks like we have just one more question from Michelle. It's a great question. I know it'll be hard to choose, but Michelle is wondering what your favorite thing ever that you've had on board an Oceania vessel is.
I wasn't sure I heard that, Anna. Sorry, because my audio, was it like my favorite experience or my favorite food, or what was the question?
Your favorite food.
My favorite food. Oh, it's not just one. Someone else asked me this recently. For me, I would say it's probably the duck watermelon salad in red ginger, which is sort of tied with the mushroom risotto in Toscana. I don't know if you have a favorite, Christina.
delicious, delicious. I would say the miso glazed sea bass, red ginger, or one of the fun surf and turf burgers. Many of our guests, interestingly enough, will get the surf and turf burgers in the grill, and then they will just say hold the bun, which is kind of funny, right? Surf and
Oh,
turf.
I
It's
had
just
not
the
heard that. I
easiest way to
love
do
it.
that, right?
I
But yeah, it's
love
delicious.
it.
I started trying it, and it's amazing.
You know, there's so many options on board when it comes to the dining. You're making me want to get back on.
Absolutely.
Yes, that all sounds delicious. And it looks like those are all of our questions. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And thank you, Tina and Christina, for all of the wonderful information.
Anna, thank you so much. Have a
Absolutely.
great holiday season, everybody.
It's been our pleasure. Yes. Thank you.
Happy holidays, everybody. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.